Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're here, it means you've already seen the storm that's been brewing across Korean entertainment spaces in the past few hours. Yes, we're talking about the name that's suddenly on everyone's lips again, Jung Hae-In. And more specifically, the unexpected mention of Jung So-Min that has sent fans into overdrive. This moment, caught in a recent interview, wasn't just casual. It was charged, thoughtful, and subtly emotional. And since then, the internet hasn't stopped buzzing. So let's take a deep dive into this unfolding wave of speculation, emotion, and nostalgia that has everyone wondering what exactly is going on between these two beloved stars. When Jung Hae-In appeared in his latest interview, promoting his upcoming drama project, no one expected anything beyond the usual charm and professionalism he's known for. But what happened midway through that conversation turned what should have been a routine chat into something electric. The interviewer brought up the topic of on-screen chemistry, asking Hae-In about the actresses he's worked with who left a lasting impression. Without hesitation, he smiled, paused for a second, and softly said, "Jung So-Min." It wasn't just the name, it was the tone, the warmth in his voice, and the way his eyes seemed to drift somewhere else entirely. Fans noticed immediately. Within minutes, clips of that single moment started circulating online. On Twitter, X, TikTok, and Korean fan cafes, hashtags like Jung Hae-In, Jung So-Min, and Hae-Min moment started trending. People replayed the moment again and again, analyzing every subtle cue, his slight grin, his thoughtful pause, and the way he adjusted his posture afterward. Was it just fond respect for a colleague? Or was there something deeper lingering in those words? That's the question no one can stop asking. For longtime followers of both actors, this mention hit like a wave of nostalgia. It took fans right back to the days when Jung Hae-In and Jung So-Min first shared the screen. Their chemistry, even in the smallest scenes, had felt effortless, raw, and deeply human. Back then, fans had already begun speculating that the connection might go beyond their roles. Even though both stars remained professionally quiet, the behind-the-scenes footage told another story. One filled with laughter, lingering glances, and small gestures that felt too genuine to be scripted. That's why, when he brought up her name again after all this time, the spark reignited immediately. Now, let's talk about Jung Hae-In's way of expressing himself. He's never been one for scandal or careless remarks. He chooses his words carefully, often speaking with sincerity and thoughtfulness, which makes his mention of So-Min even more intriguing. He could have said anyone's name. He's worked with countless incredible actresses. But the fact that he specifically mentioned her, unprompted and with that rare softness in his tone, it's no wonder the fandom went wild. Comments began flooding in from fans who have been shipping the two since their early collaboration. Some wrote, "He said her name, like it still means something." Others said, "That pause was not accidental." A few even pulled out old interviews from years ago, comparing his expressions and noticing the same quiet fondness. This wasn't just fans reading into things, it was a collective memory awakening. Meanwhile, Jung So-Min's name suddenly surged on search rankings across Korean platforms. Her fans, too, were caught off guard. Though she hasn't said anything publicly about the mention, her recent activity on social media, posting a simple, serene picture of a morning sky, fueled even more talk. To most, it seemed like nothing. But to those already connecting dots, it was symbolic. Fans began interpreting it as a quiet, emotional response, a subtle nod to a moment she knew would find its way to her. As always, entertainment insiders have begun whispering too. Some close to both stars say they've always shared a mutual admiration and steady friendship, even after their project together ended. Others hint that their communication never fully faded. One anonymous industry staff member reportedly mentioned that the two still send congratulatory messages during milestones, birthdays, awards, premieres. It's little gestures like that, ones we never see, that often carry more meaning than grand declarations. Still, in this industry, privacy and perception dance closely together. Both Hae-In and So-Min have been remarkably private about their personal lives. Jung Hae-In especially has mastered the art of quiet dignity, keeping his emotions guarded from the public eye, while still letting sincerity shine through in small ways. Jung So-Min, on the other hand, has always balanced her cheerful energy with a grounded, introspective nature. Together, their personalities have a harmony that fans can't help but romanticize. This latest spark between them has even reignited fan-made edits. Those beautifully emotional clips mixing their past scenes with soft music, old interviews, and subtle glances that still make people's hearts flutter. You can almost feel the longing of a story that never quite got its proper ending. Perhaps that's what makes this moment so captivating. It's not just about romance. It's about timing, connection, and what could have been. As the buzz grew, Korean entertainment reporters began calling it the most unexpected moment of the week. Some even speculated that this could hint at a possible reunion, either on screen or otherwise. One outlet suggested that producers might already be considering pairing them up again, given how explosive the public response was. After all, it's not the first time Korean dramas have revived partnerships that fans adored. Could we be looking at a potential reunion project? That's the golden question. But beyond the speculation, what seems undeniable is the emotional resonance of this moment. When Jung Hae-In said Jung So-Min's name, he didn't just reference a past co-star. He brought back an entire era of feelings for fans who had followed their journey closely. It was like watching two threads of fate momentarily cross again after drifting apart for years. And in that small intersection, the entire fandom found itself suspended between memory and hope. Even fellow celebrities seemed to pick up on the buzz. Several actors who've worked with both stars liked or commented on posts referencing the moment, subtly fanning the flames. One actor, known to be close friends with Hae-In, even joked in a live stream, "He's brave to say her name like that." It was lighthearted, but enough to send fans spiraling into another round of theories. And yet, through all the speculation and emotion, there's also a quiet beauty to it. Because maybe what makes this story special isn't necessarily whether they're together or not, it's the sincerity that lingers when two people respect and remember each other deeply, long after the cameras stop rolling. The industry often thrives on rumors, but sometimes it's the subtle truths beneath them that touch people's hearts the most. For many fans, Jung Hae-In's moment of mention wasn't about scandal, it was about sentiment. It reminded everyone why people fall in love with him as an actor in the first place. He's real. He's unpolished in the best way. His emotions, even when filtered through media, feel authentic. And So-Min, equally graceful and understated, complements that energy perfectly. Their shared aura, gentle, grounded, deeply human, makes them a pairing that feels destined, whether in fiction or reality. In the days since that interview, fan pages have exploded with renewed energy. Artworks, edits, analysis videos, and heartfelt threads have all popped up like wildflowers after rain. People are revisiting their old dramas, rediscovering forgotten behind-the-scenes moments, and commenting, "This was the chemistry we didn't appreciate enough." It's as if one interview unlocked a vault of collective emotion that had been quietly stored away. The beauty of moments like these is how they remind us that even in a world so heavily managed and filtered, genuine emotion can still break through. One look, one word, one name, and suddenly, the whole internet feels something again. Jung Hae-In's mention of Jung So-Min may have lasted just seconds, but it carried the weight of years of unspoken warmth. And maybe that's why fans can't stop talking, because deep down, everyone loves a story that lingers, a story that refuses to fade no matter how much time passes. Whether they reunite on screen, stay close friends, or simply remain each other's quiet inspirations, that single mention has already written another chapter in their shared story. It's a reminder that some connections don't need constant attention to stay alive. They just need one honest moment to remind the world they still exist. So to everyone watching right now, what do you think? Was it just an innocent shout-out? Or was there something more behind those few tender words? Let me know in the comments below, because this story, my friends, is far from over. As the days unfold, who knows what else might surface? In Korean entertainment, the smallest gestures often reveal the biggest truths. Stay tuned, because if this moment is any indication, something truly intriguing is brewing. And whether it's friendship, nostalgia, or love quietly rekindling behind the scenes, one thing's for sure. Jung Hae-In and Jung So-Min's names have found their way back into the same sentence again, and that's something fans won't stop talking about anytime soon. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you felt that spark again while listening, you're not alone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because this, right here, might just be the beginning of another unforgettable chapter in one of KN's most quietly captivating connections.